Hey guys, this is Danny from Lemaire Photo. Welcome to this video tutorial on the Photo Folk. Today we're going to be talking about a practical use of the Liquify tool. So here is our example picture which we have available for download. So what we're going to do is take the black shirt on this handsome fella right here and make it a little bit longer. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the Quick Select tool. The Quick Select tool guesses what you want selected based on the colors you click on. One of the reasons we chose this picture as the example picture is because it's a black shirt on lots of colors, lots of brown tones and earth tones. So it should be really easy for the computer to figure out what we want selected and what we don't. What we really want to focus on is down here on the bottom. We want to make sure we have a nice clean line going across that's going to look natural in our finished product. Let's bring in this edge of the shirt where it kind of wraps around to his back. Make sure we have this looking as realistic as possible. We don't want it to look photoshopped. We want it to look natural. All right. So now what we want to do is right click to give you some more options, and we're going to go to Select and Mask. This will bring up a dialog box that lets us really refine our selection. So we're going to bring up the smooth, which will give us nice smooth lines. We're also going to shift the edge inward a little bit. So shifting the edge to the negative will bring your line in towards what you have selected. If you go the opposite way, it's going to take your line outward and select more of the surrounding area around what you have selected. So let's bring this in a little bit. Make sure we have only the black shirt selected. Then we're going to right click again and go down to Layer via Copy. And that'll take everything that we have selected and make a brand new layer right here on top of our background layer. So if we zoom out, make the background invisible, there's our selection. It's a shirt on top of a shirt, and that's exactly what we want. Next, we're going to go into Liquify. So make sure this layer is selected. Go up to your filters and choose Liquify. So it brings you to this separate window. Just the shirt is selected. We're just going to use the standard Liquify tool and just pull the shirt down. I always try to use very small, subtle movements with my brush strokes in Liquify. I feel like that's the best way to keep the work looking natural. So we don't need to pull it down too much. If we don't go far enough, we can always come back in and pull it down a little bit more. Using the edge of the brush will give you more subtle movements, whereas using the center will give you a stronger push. Let's see how that looks. Got it close. Just need to go down a little bit more, so we'll go back into the Liquify window. Zoom in a little bit here. Pull the whole thing down all at once, just a little bit, and then kind of tweak it on the edges. That should be good. Let me just try to make this look like a t-shirt should look. There we go. All the skin is covered. The only thing I'm noticing is a little bit of the original shirt poking out on the side of the new shirt. So we'll go back into the Liquify one more time. And we're just going to pull this edge over a tiny bit so that there's not an old edge of the shirt sticking out from behind the new shirt. There we go. Now we're going to zoom in a little bit and really just fine tune this new layer. What you can see down here is that when we selected the shirt on the original picture, it grabbed some of the pixels on the skin underneath. So we have this skin tone going across underneath the shirt. What we want to do is erase that. But rather than use the regular old eraser tool, we're going to use a mask. So again, make sure this layer is selected. Go up to your layers and select Layer Mask. And then we want to reveal all. And what that does is puts this white layer over it that you can't see. Anything that's in the white is going to be visible, and anything we paint with a black brush is going to disappear. The good thing about a mask is that if you mess up, you can just change your color back to white, go through and paint it back on. So we're just going to go with the edge of a brush, a little tiny brush. Opacity and flow are turned all the way up. It's a kind of a soft brush, not too hard because we don't want it to be a really, really sharp edge. We just want it to look like the rest of the picture. So go through here, small brush strokes. Again, just using the edge of the brush. We're going to paint off this skin tone all the way across. There we go. almost done. Like that. So let me go back a few steps and show you what it looked like before we painted it on. There you can see the skin tone, and now it's gone. So that's really it. Sometimes if you have colors other than black on top of colors like this, you have to go in and add a little bit of shading in between these two layers to make it look like there's actually a layer on top of a layer with some shadows being cast. But in this particular instance, I think that looks good. So if you guys are trying this at home and you run into any problems or questions or anything like that, please leave them in the comments. You can always send us an email as well. Also, if you have things you'd like us to cover in some of the next tutorials, please feel free to share your ideas, and we'll add it to the list of topics that we plan on going over. Thanks for watching.